Tonight's team news. There's an Oldham debut for Jordan Slew, 19, Sheffield, born on loan from Blackburn Rovers, but he made his name with Sheffield United. He's one of 8 Oldham players under 24 in tonight's team. Jonathan Ground signed on a free from Middlesbrough. He scored the winner here in that game against champions Manchester City. Slew and Robbie Simpson, the Latics front two. Lee Croft is on a season's loan from Derby County. Wednesday have been busy across the close season. Chris Kirkland, Anthony Gardner, Chris Maguire and Slovenian Nate Pečnik are all brand new. Centre-back Miguel Llera scored some vital goals in the run-in last season, as did Mikel Antonio. He signs for keeps after a sizzling loan spell from Reading. This the Al system. Jermaine Johnson faces his former club, but Kieran Lee, signed from the Latics, does not feature. The Latics pre-match huddle, pre-game huddle. It all starts here. 9-10 months of blood, sweat, maybe tears along the way. English football, the new campaign is back, and the League Cup's back new. Sponsor this season with Capital One, and this the round one stage for these two clubs. Miguel Llera alongside Anthony Gardner, new defensive pairing for the Owls this season, as they try to secure their status in the second tier and build on from that. It is Oldham who get the game underway. It'll be a full start, a restart here. The ball has been respotted, and now we do get this game underway. Then the League Cup first round, Oldham of League One against Sheffield Wednesday of the Championship. Oldham have been losers in 6 of the last 9 campaigns at this stage. Wednesday the winners in 1991, and a big run on Atkinson. John Showden's goal at Wembley. Fought here by Jonathan Ground towards Robbie Simpson. There's Pečnik. Nice well for Croft, and away now will come Raider Johnson. Raider Johnson, the Benin international, was a good source of goals last campaign. Here's Croft, and Croft's cross too high for Simpson, and Changamar on the far post waiting there for Oldham Athletic. Game has a good tempo so far. This is Jean-Yves Umvoto, former Paris Saint-Germain junior. How that club has evolved in recent years and changed in recent months, really. Here's Jordan Slew. Slew against Gardner. Gardner's a huge figure, isn't he? But Slew is a tricky and slippery customer. Cleared by Johnson here. Anthony Gardner, former Port Vale and Tottenham Hull defender. Throw here which were taken by Cliff Byrne, one of Oldham's summer acquisitions. Had 9 years with Scunthorpe before his free transfer here a couple of weeks ago. Well, Cliff Johnson here will... Cliff Byrne's throw comes in. Now it's back with Byrne again, and Byrne centre, and the header. No real connection. It was Robbie Simpson, who's had a very productive pre-season. There was a flag anyway. Robbie Simpson scored the first goal in their win here against the English champions Manchester City. And there he was, you see, just beyond that line of Owls defenders. Began in non-league with Cambridge City. I'm sure Jordan Slew, a man on the books of Sheffield United from the age of 11, would love to get on over the Owls here. Long towards Medine. Robbie Simpson there has been nudged by Pečnik. That's Byrne. And Byrne for Jordan Slew here. And the way was Gardner. Here goes Lee Croft. Before is James Wesolowski, an Australian under-20 international in years gone by. Now Byrne, and Byrne's driven ball here is knocked by the head of Mikel Antonio. Had a tremendous loan season last year with first Colchester and then Sheffield Wednesday. Paul Dickov now in his third Oldham season. 17th and 16th, his two finishes in League One up to this point. Here's Raider Johnson. Challenge heavy on Medine. That's going to be a free kick Wednesday's way here. Fouled by James Tarkowski. Manchester born of Polish origin. Medine got 18 League One goals in last campaign. Through the back there, Tarkowski. Now that crop of very young players in this Oldham team. In goes that free kick, and Cisak has to watch it all the way. Well, Pechnik can take a tremendous dead ball, the Slovenian, and this, I think, was meant for the attackers, not a striker goal, but it almost became a whole lot more there for Nate Pechnik. Alex Cisak, I'm sure, will say he had that covered, but not a touch concerned. Cisak away then for Oldham. It's a Lewis Buxton throw here, the player they got from Stoke 3 years ago. Alex Cisak is mentioned by many as one of the best goalkeepers in the third tier. There's Medine on now, looking to find his strike partner for this season, Chris Maguire. They got from Derby County after a pretty poor season there after coming down from Scotland. There's Mikel Antonio. Now Jordan Slew here will chase. Out comes Kirkland to meet, and Kirkland does the obvious thing and finds touch. Well, the first 5 minutes have gone by at a fair pace and no goals as yet. Maybe one or two signs that Wednesday beginning to find their feet in the match. Jonathan Grounds here on the throw then for the Latics. Grounds here now for Jean-Yves Mvoto. Big, strong French centre-half. Mvoto looking for Jordan Slew's pace, and here is Jordan Slew. He's gone down as well. Referee looks and points, but points for a goal kick and nothing more than that. What Slew has, he has pace, he has real acceleration. He has a time in the 100 metres of 11.2 seconds as a junior. Their own lightning bolt, perhaps. Kirkland forward, helped on here by Medine, looking for Maguire. That should be Cisak's, and is indeed Alex Cisak's ball. This is Tarkowski. Tarkowski long, Slew's pace again, the ball they look to release. Now it's with Robbie Simpson. Simpson for Croft. Now Wesolowski. Byrne. Now Croft demands and gets, and looks here to find Wesolowski, the cross for Jordan Slew! The former blade for Oldham against Wednesday, hence the beaming smile. And the League One team are off and running here with a really well-fashioned goal. Jordan Slew scores, and the Latics lead. Lovely move here. On to Wesolowski here, the pullback for Jordan Slew, who finished first time magnificently. Sheffield born, only 19, made his name with you-know-who in the Steel City, and he's back now to haunt them. Back to haunt Wednesday with a goal. Slew scores, Oldham lead. Just the start the Latics wanted. Jordan Slew on 7 minutes. Wednesday on the back foot. It's his first game, hasn't played a pre-season match for them yet, so a first glimpse for the Oldham fans of Jordan Slew in Latics blue. Cisak towards Slew here, it's met by the head of Yera. Medine, smart turn, now it's Maguire. Semedo, Raider Johnson. Knocked on there by Jermaine Johnson. Tarkowski there with the improvised clearance. Croft. Given to Raider Johnson here now. Johnson. Simpson in the way for Oldham now. Robbie Simpson again for the Latics. Looks to step on the gas pedal. Well, just the start here the home team wanted, and Wednesday, who beat them home and away last season, found themselves here in arrears very early on. Jordan Slew with the initial incision of the season. Here's Raider Johnson. Chris Maguire. And Chris Maguire's shot is blocked by a couple of blue bodies. Robbie Simpson, big, strong, hold-up centre forward. Wesolowski has been dispossessed here. This is Gary Medine. Came off Semedo. Now Slew again for Robbie Simpson's power and pace. Robbie Simpson had, as I say, a really strong and impressive pre-season for Paul Dickoff's team. They got on loan first from Huddersfield last season. Didn't work out there for him. Came from non-league to join Coventry. And by Raider Johnson here for Sheffield Wednesday. Launched on here towards Maguire by Medine. Now Umvoto for Oldham. Good first 10 minutes of play here in the new season. As Robbie Simpson barged in the back, free kick, which Croft takes quickly here for Slew again. In the middle is Changama. And Slew stopped by the sliding Miguel Llera, big Spanish centre-back, formerly with MK Dons and Charlton and Blackpool. Umvoto. That's Dean Furman, the Oldham captain. Back in there by Llera. Umvoto. And header down here comes to Yusuf Changama, the Comoros international. Not too many of those playing in the English game. Furman. And Changama. Now Slew tries to give Llera a problem. A little Wesolowski. Furman. Now Cliff Byrne. Alex Cisak drives that one clear towards Robbie Simpson. Holds off Raider Johnson, which is not easy to do. Johnson normally a centre half. Foul here by the Benin international. And Dave Jones and his team on the back foot here in the first 10 minutes. Jordan Slew on 7 minutes, the blade against the Owls. It'll be a Cliff Byrne free kick here for Oldham. Taken long by Cliff Byrne here towards Changama. Here's Jean-Yves Umvoto. Heavy touch there by Dean Furman. South African born, former junior with both Chelsea and the team that was Glasgow Rangers. Didn't make a first team appearance for either of those clubs, but he's Oldham's captain. Has been in squads for the Bafana, but no caps as yet. Here's Slew. And Changama's block. Slew, Simpson, Furman, nice and neat here from Oldham. And cross touch there for Simpson, nearly got him in. This is Maguire. Jermaine Johnson to switch the play here and find Mikel Antonio. Really, in his loan spell last season, looks like a tremendous player, Mikel Antonio. Got the first goal in their promotion-clinching game against Wycombe Wanderers in front of a full house of 38 or so thousand at Hillsborough. I was there, and the atmosphere and the noise that day was absolutely remarkable. For a third-tier game, really was something else. Antonio does possess a longish throw. Here it goes. Knocked on by Pechnik and claimed by Cisak. Pechnik scored the goal in the World Cup qualifying playoff, which saw Slovenia win against the Russians on away goals. Got the away goal in a 2-1 defeat. That was 2 years ago. Almost 3. All given away here to Wesolowski and Simpson, and now Wesolowski again. And Changamar then gives the ball away, and this could be dangerous because it breaks to the pacey and lively Mikel Antonio. Antonio's ball clipped in, good ball in too, and there's a tumble. Nadine takes a spill. Middlesbrough junior, 18 months now with the Owls, signed after a prolific spell with Carlisle United. Last season's top scorer with 18 goals in the 3rd tier for Sheffield Wednesday. Away by Cisak. Simpson claims he was caught there by Yera. Miguel Yera, like his shirt number now, is 32. Yeah, the collision with Robbie Simpson. Just barged in there, didn't he? That's hit long towards Maguire, but too long there for Chris Maguire. Didn't work out at Derby, had a decent-ish loan spell with Portsmouth in their relegation year last season. Now has got the chance for a reboot, a fresh start with Sheffield Wednesday. Capped twice by Scotland. First quarter hour has gone by at Boundary Park. Oldham with a goal from the ex-Sheffield United striker Jordan Slew. Lead. That single goal to 0. Here's Pechnik. Furman for Changamar, whose touch was rather heavy. And Changamar joined from Troyes in what was then the French 2nd division they were then, and that was back in January. To score for the club. Bouncing ball here for Maguire to chase. It's come off Tarkowski. Cisak's huge clearance here towards Robbie Simpson. He'll chase those all night. Simpson, a proper old-fashioned centre forward, the number 10 for Oldham. In by Byrne, and then Wesolowski. Tarkowski. Into Simpson, it comes off Jose Semedo last. Jose Semedo, the captain, was Wednesday's Player of the Year last season. He signed a year ago from Charlton. Raider Johnson here, the French-born Benin international, throws in for Sheffield Wednesday. Also a really well-made goal, the one that Oldham have scored from Jordan Slew. It was such a neat passing move between the likes of Croft and Wesolowski to make the chance. Byrne here has Wesolowski nearest to him, and Croft here has been wrestled to the ground by Jermaine Johnson, the former Oldham player. And Gear's loan spell here back in the 03-04 season, the Jamaica international. And here fouls his man, who was Lee Croft. Well, Byrne and Tarkowski have gone forward here to join the raiding party inside that Wednesday penalty area. Oldham do have height in there in these set pieces, the likes of Tarkowski and Voto as well. Options here certainly. In goes that free kick, and it was towards Robbie Simpson. Kept alive here by Slew, the jeers from the Wednesdayites. Slew still. Slew does really well, great cross too, blocked away by Wednesday. Wesolowski, and here's Robbie Simpson. Wesolowski! Again, well-fashioned. James Wesolowski scored 3 times in League One last season. He is a player who normally comes from deep. Here he and Simpson, great combination play, and that shot not too far wide. Really well carved out fashion chance here by Oldham. Jordan Slew here has had a really bright and busy and promising start. Referee Eddie Ilderton today. That's Byrne. Too long for Slew. No debut clean sheet for Chris Kirkland tonight then. His clearance, it's met by Tarkowski. And blasted forward here, and on the chase against Yera is Slew, and Kirkland there at the very edge of his box hangs on to it a yard or two further. That was going to be a red card. It's Yera. Buxton. And the goalkeeper here was, I'm sure of his bearings, but he had to be sure. Look at this, the very edge of his box. He and Yera just about on the same page of the programme, weren't they? There's Robbie Simpson, and now Changamar chases. This is Lewis Buxton for Sheffield Wednesday. Buxton towards Mikel Antonio. Great control there by Antonio. Now Yera. Yera, Medine, Raider Johnson, Jermaine Johnson. That's Miguel Yera there with a long punch, looking for Mikel Antonio's pace, but well read there by Jonathan Grounds. Got the late winner here against the English champions in that friendly Manchester City. Here's Slew. Oh, Slew there was again trying to cause problems. But Oldham so far have looked good value for their 1-0 lead. It's not been a lead they've stolen, it's been one they've earned. And by Raider Johnson towards Gary Medine. Slew, little touch now for Robbie Simpson, and Changamar is with him. This is the man from Cormoros. Robbie Simpson. Simpson. Oh, Wesolowski. Grounds. And now Robbie Simpson takes aim and rather shanks it. But they are making chances here, the League One team, and that's going to be a prime concern to Dave Jones, the Sheffield Wednesday manager. His team have made a painfully slow start here, it must be said. Kirkland clears. Little flick on there towards Maguire. Cisak for Oldham now. It's a long one towards Simpson. They know he'll hold the ball up well if he gets the chance. Here's Changamar. Changamar, Robbie Simpson. Wesolowski square. Simpson may go alone here. Back towards Changamar. Buxton intervenes. Teams met in the League Cup only once before, over 2 legs 12 years ago. It's a long ball again meant for Simpson. That tie was won 12 years ago across the 2 legs, 8-2 by Sheffield Wednesday. Had a 3-1 success here. Semedo with a clearance. Here's Mvoto. Gardner comes here to Wesolowski. Now Tarkowski. Byrne. Oldham and Jordan Slew can be very pleased with their first quarter of this match. It's been a bright start. This the goal. Croft and Wesolowski involved in it. Wesolowski's pulled back here, and Jordan Slew's first time finish was that of a striker with real potential. Blackburn paid the thick end of £1 million for him a year ago. This is Miguel Llera. And Furman in with the high boot, did well to head that, and Slew has been caught by Semedo. That'll be a free kick for Oldham in a pretty good area of the field here for them. Again, Slew there was too hot to handle. Jose Semedo, the former Sporting junior in Portugal. The Owls player of last season. He was given this free kick away in what might be for Oldham a pretty good area. And Voto offers real height and presence here for the Latics. Tarkowski likewise. That's far too deep though. He'll take better, that's for sure. Yusuf Unchangama. Marseille born, but as I say, a Comoros international. You hear there the Wednesdayites, the fans behind Chris Kirkland's goal, in good voice urging their side on. It's been a very slow start so far, and here now goes Jordan Slew again. Well, Slew's had a great start to this game. It's still Jordan Slew here, and Llera forced to concede the corner. Well, pace can be such a factor, such a weapon, and Slew has that in bucket loads. Llera and Gardner, two fairly immobile centre halves, and a player like Slew can do real damage against them. Slew stands on the toes of Pechnik. In goes that Oldham corner. Tarkowski will try and retrieve. Tarkowski then with maybe a hint of a follow through. Antonio is okay, but I think he felt that from Tarkowski. Here's Croft, and Croft's cross, and Voto! Well, Oldham take a 2-goal lead here inside the first half. And Dave Jones and Sheffield Wednesday are in disarray in the first period. Oldham here got on with things quickly. Croft again had a big hand in the first goal, big one in the second from Voto here. His cross turned home, and Jean-Yves Voto gives the Latics clear breathing space here. 2 goals up now on Championship Sheffield Wednesday. Jean-Yves Voto scored just once last season, off and running here in game number 1 of the new campaign. Wednesday feel furious here that the kick was taken quickly before they were ready. Jean-Yves Voto, 2-0 for the Latics. Here comes Croft again. He's had a good game so far. Looks now for Simpson in the centre forward position. This is Jermaine Johnson, the jeers for the former Oldham player. Comes back to Raider Johnson. Jermaine Johnson's mistake. Furman nips in for the Latics, and now it's going to be a free kick for Sheffield Wednesday. And Tarkowski made the heavy tackle, didn't he, here on Antonio. There he follows through, doesn't he? Does win the ball, let's say that. But from that, Oldham kept possession, went on and scored the second goal. No foul given, and the goal is good. This free kick is being delayed for the substitution. There's going to be, I think, a yellow card shown for time wasting here for Pechnik. He was saying, look, we're waiting for the change, but The referee wants the free kick taken first before they can bring on Chris O'Grady in place of Gary Medine. Pechnik gets the game's first yellow card here and argues his case, says, look, we have a player about to come on, let us do that first, but not Eddie Ilderton's order of proceedings. In by Pechnik here for Wednesday. Vieira at the far post. Came off on Changamar last. And now they can make the change. It is going to be indeed Medine, who was a doubt for this game with a minor injury. Will come a former Oldham striker in Chris O'Grady. Didn't score here in 17 League and Cup games. Well, they got it a year ago from Rochdale. There's Pechnik. Antonio. And Nate's Pechnik again to get the cross in, but he's offside here now, the Slovenian. He's had a rather frustrating first half an hour as a Wednesday play. You see there the pack on the knee, is it, of Medine, and Medine, their top scorer last season. Well, that pitch, you'd say, would be a doubt for their first league game of the season, which comes this coming weekend. The second goal, Jean-Yves Voto for Oldham. Not a regular scorer, but as I say, it's set pieces and in the box, he's with his aerial threat a real menace. And by Buxton. And Voto now towards Slew. Curved and clear, it's up into the air here, and Furman is beneath this with Semedo. There's Alowski, and Changamar's touch, tries to find Croft. Raider Johnson for Wednesday. You'd say that thus far the transfer work done by Paul Dickoff looks really good business. Here's Robbie Simpson. Oldham here on fire in the first half. Robbie Simpson now out to Croft. Croft's cross, a little long that time, but put behind for a corner by Lewis Buxton. Oldham with a very strong first half hour. They are well worth this 2-goal lead they have. And that sizable Wednesdayite travelling support behind the goal, like their team here, a touch shell shocked. Floated cross, should be the goalkeeper's, is Chris Curtin's ball, and now he can reset and reboot and get his team going again. Up to Antonio. Antonio against Wesolowski. Antonio still here, he's got good pace. Stopped in his tracks there by Tarkowski. Oldham 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. This has not been the half Wednesday planned. It'll be Nate's Pechnik corner. Miguel Vieira there with Tarkowski in the middle. And Voto watching Anthony Gardner. Flicked on the near post and flicked across goal and wide of goal. Maguire and Wednesday, the attacking force, hasn't fired yet. Maguire there with a little flick on, but no one there to get the finishing touch in yellow, was there? Well, first games and teams waiting to gel, of course, but I'd say Oldham so far look really good value, and I'm sure they will approach their game of the weekend at MK Dons, their first league game of the season, with real confidence. Too high that for Changama. Buxton throws in. Too long for O'Grady. And goes Buxton there with Changama. That's going to be a foul against Changama. Wednesday's quick free kick into Gardner here. Gardner for Raider Johnson. Well, Croft has earned a real ovation there. He's had a very lively and creative first half. This is his second Oldham debut. Had a loan spell here 8 years ago now from his formative club Manchester City. Cliff Byrne out of harm's way. There's Jermaine Johnson. Would have been had not for Zalewski's intervention. Raider Johnson, now Maguire out-muscled there by Croft, and his breakout ball for Slew. Across comes Yera. Buxton, it's a decent knock into Antonio, and Changamar there for Oldham though, and the ball down the line will try and find Simpson. Oldham didn't lose in 5 friendly matches. Wins at Mossley, York and Fleetwood Town before the win here against Dickob's old team Manchester City. Last game was a goalless draw with another team from Wednesday's league, Huddersfield Town. Here's Grounds. Grounds for Furman. And Voto back to Cisak. A job well done by the Latics, you'd say, on this first half evidence. Slew and Voto with the goals up to now. There's Furman, and Furman for Robbie Simpson. Simpson, Furman, Grounds. Very neat and punchy, the passing from Oldham so far. Their first half display has been an absolute joy to watch. Here's Jordan Slew. Buxton out of play, but Oldham, the way they've kept the ball, the way they've passed the ball here, the surface very good, of course, being August, but their football in this first half has been an absolute joy. He got the first, the initial incision of season 2012-13. And there's the jousting, the jostling in the penalty area. And Changamar with the Oldham corner. And the header in towards that 6-yard box. It's come to Kirkland in the end. Down there with a connection. Here's Isle of Wight, born Lewis Buxton. Former Portsmouth and Stoke City player. 3 years now with Sheffield Wednesday. Here's Anthony Gardner. Like his goalkeeper, capped once by England. That was against Sweden under Sven-Göran Eriksson 8 years ago now. Came on as a sub for John Terry. There's Buxton now for Semedo. Jermaine Johnson. Now Nate Pechnik. Pechnik through. And helped on there by Maguire towards O'Grady. Slew, good control. Reverse ball for Robbie Simpson. Anthony Gardner reads the intention. Gardner, and the touchy for Pechnik, it's going to come to O'Grady. Now it's Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson still here for Wednesday. Good ball out to Mikel Antonio. And then he's got Raider Johnson. This is Antonio still. Antonio here with the lovely run. Tarkovsky with the big boot to bring that promising play to a close for Sheffield Wednesday. This better from the Championship club, brighter from them. There's O'Grady now for Raider Johnson. Mikel Antonio, pace, danger. In goes the cross, Cisak. He'll take those all night. Next home game here, the first home league game is next Tuesday when Walsall come here for a League One match. Off to Stadium MK at the weekend for their opener against the Milton Keynes Dons. Simpson there with the chest control. Miguel Yera with the clearance. Little flick on here too, and here's the danger, here's the option. It's Maguire, and Maguire fires wide of the mark. Didn't work out at Derby last season with him. Maguire loaned out then to Portsmouth, but hoping here for a new lease of life with Sheffield Wednesday. There's a good chance for his first goal for the club gone by. Really a scuff connection. Former Aberdeen striker. There's Yera, helped on its way by Semedo, back in there by Furman, and again Dean Furman now for Lee Croft. Croft looks to escape Semedo's attention. He's done just that now. He's found Furman and Simpson, and now Croft again. And the cross is meant for Slew. It's met by the kneeling almost Lewis Buxton. Croft in very strongly. Here's Jordan Slew. And Slew, trickier, a handful, a real handful. Jordan Slew across goal. Crossall shot, not sure myself, but it looked to be quite close to the bottom corner. Another change here for Wednesday. Maguire's going to come off, so they're going to change in the first half here. Both their forwards. Maguire coming off, and Giles Coke, who was loaned out last season to Bury in League One, will come on to replace him. Maybe another injury. Wednesday here have lost 2 players in the first half. Both their forwards replaced. Here's Mchangama, Miguel Yera there for Sheffield Wednesday. Well, could the half have gone any worse for Wednesday? 2 goals down and 2 players down in terms of both their starting strikers taken off. So now we have a front 2 of Coke and O'Grady. Alex Cisak cares for Oldham up towards Simpson here. Met by Gardner. Now Croft. Has been a great architect so far in the game. It's Croft with a cross. Mchangama with a volley. And maybe the cushion pass into Slew was the better option. Well, they will believe this first half display will bode well for the season, Oldham, and you'd be hard pressed to argue with that view. As for Wednesday, well, that drawing board will be going back to, I think, come the next training session, even half-time. Would be a minor shock, I guess. These teams were in the same division last season, but Wednesday did win both matches without conceding. 2-0 success here at Boundary Park. There's Slew. Oldham's League Cup love affair. They had that final back in 1990, around a time when they had a really good cup team as a second division team under Joe Royal. You may recall reaching an FA Cup semi and taking the eventual 1990 FA Cup winners to a replay, Manchester United. Here's Mikel Antonio. Antonio turns and holds off 3 in blue shirts, and in the end sheer weight of numbers appear to win out, but the ball is given back, and here's Jermaine Johnson, hint of handball, and the whistle's gone for handball against the Jamaican. Five years ago he joined from Bradford. Just the handball there. Maybe shoulder, maybe a harsh call. Not Wednesday's half. Simpson. Jermaine Johnson towards Chris O'Grady. Miguel Angel Yera. Never played in the Spanish lower divisions. Jose Semedo there, caught by a pretty rough-looking challenge by Robbie Simpson. Well, can they find a goal before half-time here Wednesday to give them a base camp to build from and to push on from in the second half? Here's Giles Coke. Raider Johnson. Into Pechnik. Pechnik now for Mikel Antonio. Came off from Voto. Johnson with a throw in towards Pechnik here. Holds off Byrne. Referee says that's okay, play can go on here. Came off Pechnik last. Here's Mikel Antonio. Antonio goes down, referee looks and points. That's a penalty. Dave's Jones' team here have been thrown a lifeline before half-time. And Croft, who'd been such a good creator in terms of Oldham goals, he will have made one here for Sheffield Wednesday. There's the deflection, there's the break, and there is the barge in the back by Croft and Mikel Antonio. There is contact, it is, I think the right call. Referee was right on the spot there, wasn't he? On his debut then, the Slovenian Nate Pechnik. To pull a goal back here, Pechnik from the spot, skies it! Dear me! The man whose goal once qualified Slovenia for a World Cup can't convert from 12 yards of boundary park. Over the top by a long distance. Pechnik fails. It stays 2-0. One of those halves, eh, Dave? There's Robbie Simpson. That's for Mchangama. Pechnik's first half in English football has been, let's say, varied. Yellow card and missed penalty. One or two neat touches. There's O'Grady. Hit by Byrne for Oldham. There's Reader Johnson now for Antonio. Stopped in his tracks by Cliff Byrne for Oldham. He's always a very steady Eddie for Scunthorpe, was Byrne. Spent 9 years there in the first now of 2 first half added minutes. Zalowski there battling away. It's Antonio for Sheffield Wednesday. O'Grady against Tarkovsky. O'Grady here still twists and turns. Going to get a cross in. He does. Met by Grounds. And now Simpson breaks, and Simpson barged over there by Giles Coke. Not a good half to be a Wednesdayite. Final minute of first half stoppage time. Jordan Slew and Johnny Van Voto the scorers. Cisak here, a little too long. It's met by Buxton. There's Semedo. Pechnik. Came off from Voto last. Here's Antonio. Antonio driving at them here with pace and purpose and menace, but knocked away there by Croft. Quick corner. Pechnik. And driven in by O'Grady, blocked away with relative ease by Jonathan Grounds. First half has only, 15 seconds or so left to run at Boundary Park. Is there time for one last first half chance here for Sheffield Wednesday? Corner taken by Pechnik. And it goes far too long. As the whistle goes, Oldham with the perfect half, but Wednesday, it could not go any worse, really. Jordan Slew, the former Blades player, against Sheffield Wednesday, scored the first goal. The second from Johnny Van Voto after a free kick wasn't given for a Tarkovsky challenge on Mikel Antonio. Wednesday did miss a penalty after Croft had pushed over Antonio. Missed by debut-making Slovenian Nate Pechnik. Half-time score here. League One Oldham lead by 2-0 against Sheffield Wednesday.
New to Setanta Sports this season, the Capital One Cup. The 92 teams of the English Premier League and Football League, including current holders Liverpool, go head-to-head for a place in the Cup final at Wembley. The Capital One Cup starts August 14th, only on Setanta Sports. Eredivisie this season on Setanta Sports. over 100 games with 3 games every weekend, plus weekly highlights. Eredivisie, this season on Setanta Sports. Live SPL continues this weekend on Setanta Sports. Watch the first Dundee derby in 7 years as the newly promoted Dark Blues cross town to Tannadice to take on the Terrors. Dundee United versus Dundee this weekend, live on Setanta Sports.
So Wednesday with good vocal backing from the travelling Wednesdayites behind the left-hand goal here, cheering them on start the second half. And Voto with a header clear for Oldham here. Now the team has made a further change. Wednesday in the first half made 2 when they lost both Maguire and Medine to injury, and hence Giles Coke and O'Grady are on. That's Pechnik out wide here, and Antonio's cross put away for the first corner of the second half by James Tarkowski. Attacking the goal with their fans behind it in decent number here Wednesday. Their corner to start the second half. In goes that corner, too high for Gardner, and the header in the end flashes wide from Raider Johnson, who scored 7 times last season. Really was a vital source of goals at times, the defender. It seemed a long time ago that these two clubs were founder members of the Premier League. Helped on by Robbie Simpson for Jordan Slew, who certainly caused in that first half Wednesday a whole host of problems. Pace can be so hard to play against. Throw taken here by Raider Johnson. Helped on by Chris O'Grady towards Nate Pechnik. Met by Gardner. Here's Croft, who has done well here. Up against Semedo. Croft here will try and make the crossing angle. He's going to at least get a throw in. Had a major say in both goals in that first half, Lee Croft. Second Oldham debut for him. Simpson given away here to Jermaine Johnson. Tarkowski, Manchester born, despite the Polish surname. Header forward towards Pechnik and O'Grady. Here's Mikel Antonio. Jonathan Grounds gets that clear for the Latics. All those iconic days under Joe Rule, the old plastic pitch here for Oldham. The likes of Dennis Irwin, Paul Warhurst, Rick Holden and Andy Ritchie in years gone by here. Here's Wesolowski. Croft. Wesolowski. On for Croft again. A little too much on that by the Australian. And Gardner there very clumsily out of play. One or two shaky Wednesday debuts so far tonight. Here's Cliff Byrne, forward by Tarkowski, in towards Robbie Simpson. Here's Furman now for Oldham, looks for Mchangama. Grounds, now Jordan Slew, up against Miguel Llera, and Slew still there. has been an all-action display so far by Jordan Slew. Only 19. £1.2 million paid by Blackburn Rovers a year ago to Sheffield United for him. And Furman's cross. And here's Croft. Oh, what a save that is. That was almost three, but for Kirkland's reactions, which were razor sharp, and they really had to be as well. This cross comes an awful long way. Slew is in there, came off Gardner, and that, from 7 yards out, really should have been 3-0 and game over in a place in round two. Good save by Kirkland, though. Got across to make up the ground there and deny Croft a goal for Oldham. Latik's corner. And Changamar takes. Met by Yera there with the Petr Cech style head guard on. Well, when fit and when sharp, he's still a tremendous goalkeeper, Chris Kirkland. Only 31 now. Really was a tremendous save from Croft. Given away here by Raider Johnson. There's Croft again up against Raider Johnson. Can he get the cross in? Johnson recovers. Well, Johnson really is normally a central defender. He has been for much of his career. Did play some games as a full-back last season, but maybe a little clumsy, a little ungainly to be an orthodox full-back. Yeah, Croft gave him real problems. Cleared by Kirkland. There's Johnny van Voto. Little touch on here towards Pechnik by O'Grady. Alex Cisak away for Oldham. There's Robbie Simpson. Well, for all the praise Slew will get tonight, I think it's worth saying how well Simpson's done. He's been more traditional all-action centre forward. He's held the ball up well, he's used the ball well. Here now comes Antonio for Wednesday. Mikel Antonio looks to deliver here in towards O'Grady. Back to goal here. O'Grady still turns, tumbles, danger's gone. Buxton, Coke is with him. Now Gardner. Chris O'Grady does well to find Antonio here. Cisak comes and hasn't claimed cleanly. He has in the end got hold of it. Former Leicester junior, former Accrington Stanley goalkeeper, but in his second year now with Oldham, he earned rave reviews in his first. There was talk he could go to Peterborough for this season. Already you've had in the second half 7 minutes, and still Wednesday 2 down here. Could have been 3, but for Kirkland's save from Lee Croft. Helped on here towards Antonio, and now Pechnik makes the space. Can't find the killer pass. Oh, and it goes right the way through Alex Cisak, and Jermaine Johnson has got to go back for Wednesday here. Well, Cisak is so highly vaunted as a goalkeeper, but all goalkeepers make mistakes, and this one looks horrible. Jermaine Johnson, the one-time Oldham loanee, has got to go back here for the Sheffield Wednesday sides. It's maybe took a deflection. Jermaine Johnson here was free, got the shot away, and Cisak there makes a horrible mistake. And Wednesday back in the match. Well, 2-1, but the goal owes much to Alex Cisak's shortcomings on the night, and Wednesday suddenly are back within 1 goal again. And goes on Changamar's free kick. Cleared long here and on the chase is Pechnik. Wesolowski. Now Cliff Byrne for Oldham. Furman. Byrne. Miguel Llera. Now that goal, I'm sure, will spur on the Owls to better things in his second half, because in the first they were so far off the pace it was untrue. Dave Jones still rather impassive down there, but the man who took Stockport to the semis 15 years ago has certainly got League Cup pedigree down the years. He's had a nudge in the back by O'Grady on Cliff Byrne, I think it was. Paul Dickoff's team have seen their lead clipped back here to just the single goal, but certainly Alex Cisak, a goalkeeper who I know many people think an awful lot of. We'll look back at that and see, well, room for improvement for sure. Cisak towards Robbie Simpson. Here now is Croft. In the way was Raider Johnson. Now Pechnik and O'Grady. Raider Johnson, too long out for Pechnik. He's not a player who's got lots of pace. Says, look, I want it to my feet next time. He's a player, Pechnik, who can be a creator. He's not really one to chase. Alex Cisak has to clear the head now, has to press a mental reboot button to get his head straight, get his head right. Here he's cleared towards Robbie Simpson. Furman and Changama. Oh, and there's a knock for Llera from Simpson. He was back on his feet pretty quickly, though. This is O'Grady. Jermaine Johnson will be the chasing player here. Defender safely back to goalkeeper this time. Yusuf Mchangama. Well, a tie which must be decided tonight. If level, we would have an extra half an hour, then penalties. That's Semedo now for Raider Johnson for Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, and a little dummy there from Antonio, and on the chase now goes Chris O'Grady. Knocked at harm's way there by Jean-Yves Mvoto. His goal now is decisive as it stands. Antonio is a player who's got good pace. He got the ball onto O'Grady there pretty well. Long throw coming here. O'Grady stands in there with Tarkowski. Here comes that long throw in. Fingered away and not here now by Jose Semedo, and again, but the ball had gone out of play there before the ball came back to the Wednesday skipper. League One runners-up last season Wednesday behind Huddersfield Town. That's Wesolowski and Furman. Jean-Yves Mvoto. Byrne there with a really ambitious pass, but a good ball too here to Mchangama. Now Jordan Slew. And Grounds, deflected cross, here's Robbie Simpson, chance, Wesolowski! Oh, what a save again by Kirkland. Twice now, he has denied Oldham a third goal. That save might just be the best yet. James Wesolowski there does everything but score. Grounds cross, deflection, Simpson there with a clever layoff. And the ball blocked away in the nick of time here. On the knees of Kirkland to relative safety. Wesolowski unlucky. Goalkeeper with two sensational, stellar second half stops. In by Umchangama. Back in by Tarkovsky. In the second half, a tale of two goalkeepers right now. The mistake from Cisak has opened the door again for Wednesday. Here's Lewis Buxton. Miguel Llera. Giles Coke. Jose Semedo. An hour gone, there or thereabouts. Here's Mikel Antonio. There's the strength and the power and the pace. Raider Johnson. Little layoff from Coke, and now Semedo for Pechnik. Buxton for Jermaine Johnson. Well, Dave Jones has seen his team since half-time improve. That goal back from Johnson has almost changed the tie's entire complexion. Here's Jose Semedo, and Semedo went on. He's been caught there too. Free kick to Wednesday. Dean Furman, the guilty man. Jermaine Johnson on the end of it. Man or ball, let's see. Bit of both. But what comes first? And this free kick certainly is going to be in a good position for Wednesday. He says he won the ball first, and then the decision was accidental, but it is a free kick. It is a good position here for Sheffield Wednesday. Now from a position of 2 goals down, they're back to 2-1. Can they now complete the comeback? Miguel Llera, with that Petr Cech style head protection, is on this free kick then for the Owls. He was towards the end of last season a Wednesday cult hero in terms of some very crucial goals late in the season. One came at home against Oldham. In by Llera here, great delivery and a free header, and that's 2 apiece. Chris O'Grady never scored here as an Oldham player. Now returns with the Owls and scores for Wednesday to make it 2-2. Chris O'Grady, one of the 2 first-half substitutions from Miguel Llera's free kick here, has tied the game up at 2 apiece. Comeback complete. Wednesday, since half-time, have come on strong and now have clawed their way back to parity. Still time to find the winner for the Owls now. They've got back to level pegging. Another free kick here. This time it's Mitch Pechnik who's down. And Paul Dickoff's team had a tremendous first half, didn't they? They were in control, well worth their 2-goal cushion, but in the blink of an eye almost, Wednesday are back to 2-2. And those missed chances, those 2 saves by Kirkland now look even bigger for Wednesday. Jermaine Johnson. And Chris O'Grady never scored here as a Latics player. 17 goalless games in Oldham colours. Furman, that yellow card confirmed for you. Now can Oldham find a second wind? It's Croft. Slew stopped by the sliding Gardner. And Oldham certainly now with a team who will feel the wind has been taken from their sails. First half so good, so strong, a good position at half-time, but Wednesday suddenly have lit the fires. Here's Byrne, and Slew is offside this time. That call, well, maybe he's being played on there by Raider Johnson for me. So Kirkland clears towards O'Grady. It's met by Umvoto. Back in there towards O'Grady here. He's got away from Mvotovic. Pechnik to try the shots, which was dipping. And a player, Pechnik, who can be so creative and so clever, so cute. Here he had a snapshot deflection there, I think, as well on the way, so a corner. As Wednesday fan support has been really good tonight. You can hear them still. It's in by Giles Coke here. And there's Yera and Cisak behind for a corner. This dangerous, a real head of Wednesday's steam here. Raider Johnson, such a huge, mammoth man mountain to look out for. Here's Gardner. 2-2. And certainly if the first half was Oldham's, the second so far belongs to the team in yellow. Playing handball against O'Grady here, but play goes on. 17 games in Oldham colours, never scored a goal. Wouldn't just know he'd come back to Boundary Park and haunt them. Well, players who have gone towards the referee. Eddie Ilderton. Pechnik's on a yellow card already, of course. He's claiming, look, there's a stud mark there on the chest. Koki would do well to get Pechnik away, given that he's on a yellow card from earlier. Here's Antonio and Jermaine Johnson. Good looking cross, Cisak can't get there. Well, suddenly now it looks like there's only going to be one team that can score now, as Wednesday look to really put the pressure on Oldham. This ball was whipped in with genuine pace by Jermaine Johnson. Drops away from Cliffburn for a Latics throw. Well, this a real test of Oldham. Had the chant there of Yorkshire, Yorkshire. Well, different Yorkshire's wonderful Olympic Games. We see them, their football teams, have a good season in the coming 9 or 10 months. Here's Jordan Slew, met by the head of Anthony Gardner. Burns clearance, miss it clearance. Here now is Pechnik. Pechnik onto Jose Semedo now for Jermaine Johnson. Fist in cross, and this time Cisak does the right thing with it and hangs onto it. I certainly want to maybe test and see what state the goalkeeper's head was in. I'm sure the Latics now will look back at those two saves made by this man, Chris Kirkland. Two really good saves. Croft and Wesolowski, the men denied. Helped on by O'Grady here towards Antonio. Croft and Raider Johnson. Simpson's flick on now, Slew up against Miguel Yera. Now inside the last quarter of the 90 minutes. Maybe a cornish been given there. O'Grady, and there's Mikel Antoni, but no one there in yellow because O'Grady, the main striker, was way downfield. Alex Cisak for the Latics then. We've seen their 2-goal lead ripped away in this second period. All going so well at half-time. It was a game they had relative control of. Johnson and Croft came together. Raider Johnson. Oldham do have on the bench a big, tall, 6'6" striker in Matt Smith, had come on to be maybe a different outlet for them. Here's Jose Semedo. They're coming out to Lewis Buxton for Sheffield Wednesday. This is Buxton. Now Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson, Pechnik. In the centre, O'Grady waiting. Here's O'Grady, turns well and scores even better. An O'Grady brace, and now the game has swung right around from 2 down to 3-2 in front. A second half to savour for Sheffield Wednesday. Made here by Nate Pechnik. Clever play, good hold-up play. O'Grady pivots, scores. 2 for him, 3 now for Wednesday. And Oldham of League One are pushed onto the back foot by a brace from one of their former players. Chris O'Grady, on as a sub, scores twice. And the game now is in Wednesday's hands. Here's Pechnik, O'Grady. O'Grady there gets a decision too, foul by James Tarkowski. Oh, what a return to Boundary Park. A ghost from Oldham's past and is haunting Paul Dickov and the Latics. Now Semedo, Mikel Antonio. There's Raider Johnson well forward, the defender comes to Semedo here now. Oh, it's won back here by Umchangama. Yusuf Umchangama now for Jordan Slew. And the shot there was tamed with 2 in the middle, better placed. Look at in the middle here, Crofton, Robbie Simpson peel away for a cross which never comes. Well, a good game this, great way to kick off the season. It's the first round of the Capital One Cup, the League Cup. Look here for Jean-Yves Voto. They're giving the defender some real difficulty. Well, can Oldham find a second wind? There's Robbie Simpson, headed down from Wesolowski, one of those 2 players denied in the second half by tremendous saves by Chris Kirkland. Oldham 2, Sheffield Wednesday 3. Oldham have lost in this round in 6 of the last 9 League Cup seasons. Headlong here now for Antonio's pace. It's lots of pace too here, giving Tarkowski a real problem. Antonio Cisak saves this time, and there's Jermaine Johnson with a follow-up shot. Well, Antonio finished last season on loan with Wednesday superbly. They've now gone back to Reading to bring him in for keeps, and here he shows just why. Look at there, it's almost as if he's running in treacle there, Tarkowski. Couldn't get back, and Cisak saves well. Mikel Antonio, already with Wednesday fans, a huge hit. Johnson, to Mikel Antonio. This is Lewis Buxton. Jermaine Johnson. Umchangama. Latics free kick, which they want to take quickly here. They, in the end, are held up in doing that. Now they take it up to Wesolowski. Vieira, long ball towards O'Grady. Oldham have Connor Hughes ready to come on. Debut came back in March against Rochdale in League One. One of the many teenagers in Paul Dickov's very youthful squad this season. 19, the man about to come on. Cleared here by Cisak. Simpson's touch now. Crofts against Raider Johnson. Cliff Byrne. Robbie Simpson looks for Wesolowski. Giles Coke is there. Sent back in towards Jordan Slew. Miguel Yera gets the decision. Another change. It will be coming off Yusuf Mchangama, who's done well. The young Cornross international replaced by Connor Hughes from Bolton. Joined Oldham as a scholar 3 years ago. Debut came in March of last season. Only 4 league appearances last campaign. No senior goals yet. Connor Hughes on. Here goes Jermaine Johnson up against Jonathan Grounds here. Grounds gets it out for a throw in, not a corner. But Wednesday has stayed firmly on the front foot. O'Grady and Jermaine Johnson. Looks for Pechnik here. Tarkovsky away for Oldham. Pechnik. Here's O'Grady again. Sold by Oldham to Rochdale, where he really found his striking boots. Now Jordan Slew takes it on. Blocked away by Gardner. And now the break. Wednesday with lots of yellow shirts here, streaming forward. Here goes Giles Coke. Coke still stopped there by Tarkovsky. Antonio and Pechnik. And Pechnik still here, tries to place it. Wide of goal there from the Slovenian, but this was clever play. Coke led the break. And the final shot comes in here from Pechnik, which was wide of Cisak's top right-hand corner. But not by much. That's the earliest Slew strike, which was blocked by Gardner. There was half a hint of handball, but that was the thigh, I think. Well, a knock here for Jordan Slew on a year's loan from Blackburn. I'm sure he'll be a big success here. He's maybe tired as the game has worn on, only 19 years of age, of course. Got his goal to give Oldham a 1-goal lead on 7 minutes. Cisak's mistake, though, at 2-0 up to gift Jermaine Johnson, the first comeback goal. How big a moment was that? And then when you think as well about the 2 saves that the other goalkeeper made, Chris Kirkland, to keep out Croft and Wesolowski. Away by Miguel Yera. There's Mvoto. Raider Johnson. Tarkovsky. Now Connor Hughes. Game has only 12 minutes left to go. Oldham need to find another gear from somewhere. They reached round 2 last year and lost to Blackburn Rovers. Here's Gardner. Gardner for Antonio, holds off the challenge of Cliff Byrne. Now Miguel Yera's pass, Pechnik's control. Semedo. Grounds nods away. Here, though, is Jermaine Johnson for Sheffield Wednesday. Can he keep it in? Not quite. There's the verdict. Cisak into Robbie Simpson here. Simpson with 2 in yellow around him. Does well. Here's Wesolowski. Furman. Grounds. Dean Furman. That'll be Simpson. And again Simpson here, 3 in the middle. In by Connor Hughes here for Croft, and it's a crucial header there from Johnson, because behind him Croft was set. Heading towards the last 10 minutes at Boundary Park. Oldham 2, Sheffield Wednesday 3. A Capital One Cup cracker at Boundary Park so far. A Lee Croft corner. In by Croft, and a diving header, and deflected, and off the line it was Tarkowski, and on the line Pechnik away to safety. Oldham so close to 3-3 there. Makes Pechnik in the right place to deny. James Tarkowski a rare goal. Only scored once last season, the big defender, against Carlisle. Now a corner for the Latics again. And it goes towards Tarkowski. And here's Jonathan Grounds. Well, Grounds scored late here to beat the champions in a friendly, Manchester City. Final 10 minutes. Buxton here just slows the game down. In by Buxton, knocked on there by O'Grady for Pechnik. Furman for Umvoto. Umvoto's long ball forward here is meant for Slew. Umvoto again, 3-2 with less than 10 minutes to play. Dean Furman for James Wesolowski. This is Cliff Byrne. Gardner clear. Here now is Lee Croft. Oldham have their huge striker Matt Smith ready to come on. Giant striker from the Midlands. 6'6". Named out to Macclesfield Town of, well, then League Two. So the right back off for a centre forward. That tells you Oldham's situation in a nutshell. Burn off, and here comes the battering ram, Matt Smith. Former non-leaguer with Redditch and Droylsden and Solihull Moors. Now on to try and save this League Cup first round tie for Paul Dickov's Oldham. And here again is Jermaine Johnson, and Jermaine Johnson still holds off Hughes and Furman as well. Here's Coke. Coke too long for Antonio. The tie in the second half really has done a complete about-face. Oldham, who led well. There's Smith's first touch here for Robbie Simpson. Was he caught by Coke? No, says the referee, play on. Grounds, Furman. Tarkowski. Smith in the air will win most things, given his height. Here's Furman again. Furman boxed in and forced back. Again, play allowed to go on. Tarkowski. Slew on the chest does well here. Robbie Simpson, lovely turn, Simpson. Again though, referee lets play go, then gets a touch himself inadvertently. Here's Croft. Wesolowski. Jordan Slew. Now Jonathan Grounds, crossing option here. In it goes. Smith there was poised and was waiting. And he was a cross which could have been tailor-made for him. O'Grady, good play, hold-up play, involves now Mikel Antonio. He's got support from Pečnik. Here goes the Slovene. Pečnik, eventful debut so far for Pečnik. Comes back now to Mikel Antonio. Slows the game down, now crosses in towards O'Grady. Oldham 2, Wednesday 3. The change here. You're going to see Mike Jones coming on for Jermaine Johnson. A mixture of applause and jeers that the former Oldham player been taken off, having scored the first of the comeback goals here against the Latics. And on in his place comes Mike Jones, who they signed from Bury back in January. 10 league games last season for Wednesday, yet to score in Al's colours. And Voto. Now Furman. The Latics have 5 minutes to find a leveller to force extra time. Here's Grounds. Tarkowski and Croft, and Tarkowski again. Croft. Had a flick on rather blind there was no one really with him. In by Reda Johnson. O'Grady now up against Jean-Yves Voto. Chris O'Grady's name is being sung around Boundary Park. Didn't happen often as an Oldham player, that's for sure. There he is. O'Grady. As he manhandled, referee again has a look and again has let play go. Coke for Semedo. Here's Buxton. Mike Jones. A game which certainly has been entertaining. Mike Jones for Wednesday here. Oldham short on time to save their League Cup status for this season. Cisak. Slew. Comes to Coke for Wednesday. Gardner being hassled by Matt Smith, and the ball now comes to Antonio here, who will bear down on an Oldham goal. Mikel Antonio! Sensational finish. And the tie's finished. On loan, they loved him last season. Now he's theirs for keeps. Mikel Antonio with the clincher, and it's special as well. Gardner here with, in truth, a tremendous pass to find in the winger, then released, and then he unloads. The chance is his name, Mikel Antonio, and that is a peach to start the season. From 2 down to 4-2 in front, round 2 beckons for Sheffield Wednesday. Mikel Antonio, brilliant goal. Fine finish. And as the fans head for the exits, Oldham are finished. Marathon and not a sprint and all that. The new season looms large. There's Connor Hughes. Here's Jean-Yves Voto for Oldham, who at half-time were cruising, coasting. Not so much now. Now the game is beyond them. Here's Mike Jones, given away. Comes to Dean Furman's possession. Furman. Into Smith here. Slew will chase down that back pass. It'll be a corner here for Oldham. They have that at least. And now a set piece to look towards the height, certainly, of someone like Matt Smith. I'm sure they'll put Voto in there as well to try and claw one back. Tarkowski trotting forward as well to join that rather beleaguered Oldham attacking posse now. In by Connor Hughes. Here's Matt Smith back across goal. Antonio up against Wesolowski here. Antonio, such a dangerous player. Antonio for Semedo here, pushing on as the game heads towards its conclusion. Jose Semedo for Wednesday for Raider Johnson. Johnson still, can he get the cross in? Well, he's going to, I think, win a corner, is he? There's Wednesday fans loving this second half. What a difference a team talk in 45 minutes can make. Wednesdayites will now look ahead to the season with optimism. Corner taken short here, no surprise as we reach 90 minutes. Antonio, dispossessed. And then the foul for Oldham on Dean Furman by Mikel Antonio. Cleared here by Alex Cisak. It's on here now towards Jordan Slew again. All began so well for Slew and for Oldham tonight. Slew. And now Wesolowski back across goal, and again Wesolowski back in there for Smith. Couldn't make a contact, and he'd done so, may well have scored. That's grounds. Furman. Tarkowski. Long ball forward. Finds Connor Hughes. In by Hughes, Smith with a header which drops wide. Smith is a typical telescopic target man. He got across his marker, who was Gardner. Header drops wide. That may well be Oldham's last chance tonight. What a difference a half makes for Dave Jones. From 2 down to 4-2 up. Passage secured to round 2. There's Voto. Well, Yorkshire, Yorkshire now is the Wednesday fans' song. Has been in the second half a different Wednesday, but think back to the 2 big saves made by their goalkeeper Kirkland. Crucial moments, crucial junctures in the game. That's Furman. Header forward by Dean Furman here. Now the game is just heading towards its conclusion. Connor Hughes now for Jonathan Grounds. And Voto. Reverse ball here now, gets Mike Jones away. Jones, Pechnik here, little back heel. Here's Antonio again, over the top when he should have scored. Wednesday in the second half could have had more than the 4 goals they've got so far. Here Jones and Pechnik involved again. Often Voto with fortune, but over the bar from Mikel Antonio. Alex Cisak clears for Oldham Athletic. Cisak away, helped on by Matt Smith towards Jordan Slew here for Oldham. Bouncing ball for Grounds to deal with, he has done. Final seconds now of second half stoppage time. The result is safe for Sheffield Wednesday. Bucks in here with a throw in the game's very dying embers. In towards O'Grady here. O'Grady twists, turns there with 3 in blue on him, and he's won the throw in 2, and that should just about see out the last couple of seconds. And there's the whistle. The first half Oldham's, the second was Wednesday's emphatically. 2 for the ex-Latics striker Chris O'Grady. Michael Antonio sealed the win with a late fourth after a goal with some fortune from the former Oldham winger Jermaine Johnson got them back into the game from 2 down. But Oldham of League One have had a 2-goal lead here slip, and the team from the second tier, Sheffield Wednesday, march on. Round 2 beckons, full-time score here, Oldham 2, Sheffield Wednesday 4.